So this is a kind of invigorating practice for the breath, and then I'm going to read a nice piece of poetry about the breath. So please don't feel inhibited by this practice, because it's quite fun. It'll make you laugh, and it might make you feel a bit silly, but as I say, drop your inhibitions because you're probably home alone doing it. So I'm standing first of all, and I'm not standing in a particular rigid way. Just be comfortable, and we'll just start our practice with a nice intention. So bring your hands to your heart. Yeah, and just arrive. Maybe just allow, the stiffness, the fatigue, the lethargy of the night. You're sleeping, you're resting. Just let it start to slip away as you step into your day with a nice, vibrant approach. Letting go of anything you're worrying about, anything you're going to have to do today. Just spend an hour with me just in the practice. And just breathe in and open up your arms. Just stretch up. And it's going to be a warm day. I'm just in a sort of sweater because I haven't sorted myself out yet for the day. But, it looks as though it's going to be quite nice in Cardiff. I don't know what the temperature is where you are, or if it's raining. We do that a few times. Breathing in, stretch up all the way up. And bring the energy back down the center. And one more time, bringing it up. Oh my God, my plant is growing. Things grow so well in my flat. It's a bit like mini botanic gardens. Everything's getting too big for their pots. And down the center. And let's just shake things off. So start with the right hand. Just shake it off. Let the wrist go limp. Shake off the right hand. Shake off the elbow. Shake off the shoulder. Just get rid of any tension. And even just doing that lengthens the arm and makes space. So if you only shook yourself off in the morning, if you didn't feel like doing anything else, you would already make more space in your body for energy to move. And the right hand, and just shake it off. Shake off the wrist. Shake off the shoulder. Shake off both arms. One arm, my left arm seems a bit stiffer. I don't know if I've slept on it. I did a silly thing, I'm going to share with you. I stayed up till like almost 2 reading a book I couldn't put down. And I know we all do that sometimes, but now I don't feel too alive, so I need to wake myself up. And maybe you're going to stop your arms and let them just settle down, and maybe lift up your right foot, and you can just shake. Bending from the knee. We're just opening things up. Not doing a physical practice, but it helps to just keep things open. I'm going to be doing something on yoga and aging. I've been writing a lot of stuff over the last few weeks, and I've still got loads more to write. But the things that can really help us in aging, because aging is a sensitive subject. If you call somebody 50 plus, a senior, you're going to get it in the ear, and while some 50 pluses run marathons, some can't, even walk around the block. So it's all subjective. You're shaking out your left leg, just loosening up, and place it down. And maybe just even wobbling your knees, looking a bit funny, and shaking your hands. We need to shake things off. We need to shake off tension and stress. It really makes a big difference. It clears the energetic pathways, it gets the circulation going, throwing off negativity, changing even your mood, and maybe all the way up in the air, all the way down. Bend your knees, don't hurt your back, all the way around your space. Cleaning up, cleaning up, cleaning up. Bring it all up. And let it go. Phew, I think I need to take my jumper off and just come into a nice quiet standing position. When we practice the breath work, always handy to keep some water, because when we do deep breathing, we are obviously we are inhaling and exhaling, and we kind of concentrate a lot on the exhaling, which is great. It slows the breath down. It slows the heart rate, and it also slows the blood pressure, whereas inhalation this quickens up the heart rate, yeah. So, and also we hold, but not in a gripping way. We hold the breath in that we don't allow it to come out yet. And this is holding in the energy. And this is holding in the sort of universal energy, the prana, the life force. We're not just thinking about, can we hold our breath for a minute? It's not really about that. It's about lengthening the time we can hold the life force in the body. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of that work with sound. So let's again just wake up a bit. So nice pads of the fingers, just right on the crown, back of the head, up again towards the top, maybe down the sides, down the back, behind the ears, along the base of the skull, maybe on the shoulders. Maybe you use one hand as a fist. You can use it as a flat open palm if you like. Just bashing down gently using a limp wrist all the way back up a few times, waking up the meridian lines, just waking up your whole physiological system. Under the arms, this is a good one. Let the fist be loose and just tap under the arms. And here, across the breast, but not obviously hurting yourself. And this was an area of trauma for me a few weeks ago, and it's still so. It's taken a long time to heal a tear along here. Yeah, all the way. So be gentle, waking it all up. You know, they pack these children with cystic fibrosis, breaking everything up. So it's quite a nice idea to do that, especially when you get maybe a cold or congestion. And then the other side. So the fist can just be loose and soft, just on the top and down, all the way down to the middle finger maybe, and all the way back up. And do it just a few times. All the way back up and under, getting the lymphatic system to kick in a bit and shake it out. Oof. And then we're just going to, bend the knees and pat down the sides of the legs. You can use your flat of your hands here maybe. All the way down the sides. Maybe give your heel, your Achilles heel, a little rub, maybe the feet. Maybe you just tap on the feet and toes. All the way back up. Inner thighs. Maybe then you want to use the fist a little bit on the outside hip. Up to you, whatever feels comfortable. And the other side. Inner thighs, please, and down the sides. Avoid the knees. And rub the feet, and all the way back up. Give the feet a nice rub, wake them up. Inside, the legs. And then I'm just going to go to the side, so the back of my hands along the sacrum. Back of my hands. Well, this could be quite hard work actually to move your hands like this. And all the way down. And all the way down, drop the head, and all the way back up. Nice. Maybe the backs of the shoulders. Okay, how do you feel? Awake? You feel like you did 108 sun salutations, I know. No, not today, my friends. Not today. I have done it. I didn't do it last year, I did it the year before, a couple of years running. Yes, you need to build up to it. Build up to doing that. So, we are going to do a practice, as I said, that was kind of invented really by Amaji, the widow of the great Swamiji Gitananda. His son, Dr. Ananda, is still working at the ashram and doing so much work. I mean, the man doesn't stop. He's a professor of yoga therapy. He's also a medical doctor and a senior lecturer at the university in Pondicherry. On so many boards, you need a list from here to next week to list all of his qualifications, accreditations, but he's a very humble man, and it's his experience that is wonderful. And we are going to work today on something that he has taught me directly in a day that we did up in the ashram in West Wales about how to move negativity from the body using sound and using the breath. So the first thing we're going to do, and I haven't actually taught this before, so forgive me looking just at my notes because I need to remind myself. The first sound is going to be ha, and it's kind of around the umbilical cord, you know, the navel, umbilical cord I'm trying to say, which connected us to the mother. And then of course when we're born, so we are in the mother's womb and we have the umbilical cord connected to us, our life support machine. And when we are born, of course, after a little while, sometimes straight away, the cord is cut and we take our first breath and we are born into the world. We are born into the world. And this umbilical cord is our survival mechanism, and we cling to it, you know, we cling to it. And I just think that there is a connection with that, you know. When I think about what I've written down here, we connect to that, and it's hard to break away. And sometimes, you know, we get, if we're going to perform or do something, like I'm doing this now on the camera. When I first did it, I was really nervous. I had, you know, had to go to the loo a few times. My fight or flight kicked in. I had butterflies in my stomach. So it's kind of the center of where we feel our performance in life, you know. So we want to get rid of that fear, that negativity, that worry that we're not going to be good enough. When I say performance, I don't necessarily mean singing or dancing or doing those things, but how we show up in life. And sometimes we can feel this nagging anxiety. Lots of people suffer with this. They wake up with it. They don't even lose it when they're asleep. You know, as soon as they wake up, they feel this undertone of anxiety, this feeling lack. Could be through past experiences, could just even be this kind of inherited trauma that people are looking at now, you know, in peoples that have suffered a lot of repression and cruelty and genocides, this thing that lives in us for generations. So let's get rid of it. And in yoga, there's something called laughter yoga. I don't practice laughter yoga. I laugh a lot anyway. As you know, if you know me, I like to have a laugh. So does Dr. Ananda. Part of his charm is his humor. He doesn't take himself seriously. He takes the work seriously, which is brilliant. So this is where we laugh. Laughter yoga, it kind of, it's not enforced laughter, but it's not necessarily spontaneous when you start. And you start in a group laughing and you're looking at each other. And of course there's material to laugh at then, isn't there? You know how laughter's contagious? So, you know, we stand in a circle. I have practiced it, but I haven't practiced it very often. And we start to laugh. Well, this is not really laughter yoga, but the benefits and the effects are the same. So, with your hands just on your belly, just where the solar plexus is, or just where the umbilical cord, your belly, what do you call it? Buttonbola, belly button. I always struggle with that. I want to say buttonbola. Belly button. And we're going to make a sound, a ha sound, right? We're going to wake up this center and get rid of negativity and get rid of anxiety. So, with a nice straight spine and a nice smile on your face, why not? Ha, 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 ha. This is it, okay? No, I'm not gone crazy. Well, I might be, who knows? It's all relative. Ha, 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 ha. Come on, join me, ha. Don't be scared of it. Don't be scared. I'm just going to go through them one by one, and then we're going to do it in a sequence, okay? So the next one is ho. You know, like Father Christmas, Sean Corn, Santa Claus. Ho, ho. Now this is around the heart center, the giving. You know how when we're born, if you put a pencil on a baby's fingers, how they grab? Yeah, their instinct is to grab and grasp. And you know, when babies have that reflex, the medical profession, the midwives are all very happy because it shows the baby will survive in this life, because they can hold on, they can cling, they can grasp, they can hold on. And sometimes we hold on to too much. We grasp in this heart area, we cling, we hold on. Maybe it's due to grief, maybe it's due to disappointment, it could be due to rejection, fear, lack of love, lack of nurture, and we hold it tight. But that's not good for our physical body, and it's not good for our psychic body either. Because taking and grasping and grabbing contracts the energy. When we hold on to something that's bad for us, or a person who's bad for us, we think that we can't live without them, and we hold on to them, and that keeps our energy contracted and keeps us full of negativity, whereas when we let go, it relieves us of the burden, it helps us to care, it helps us to share, it helps us to open up to new love. So giving expands, okay, and grabbing contracts. So this is hope, 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 hope. And it's quite funny, but just go with it, trust me. Notice how you feel after, so don't, get stuck in, oh, this is nonsense, okay? So bringing your hands to your chest. So this is hope, so it's hope, 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 hope. Enjoy it, like you're chanting at a football match. Hope, 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 hope. Because this was ha, and this was hope. Okay, I'm going to explain the next one. So this is he. He. It's just along the collarbones here, okay? And, we can all get repressed and suppressed and choked up. That feeling of being choked up around here? I have experienced that a lot in my life. Not so much now, as I'm more comfortable in my own skin, and I've dealt with things, not into the final problem, but I've dealt with things and learned how to deal with people, and speak my truth. Sometimes I would hold my tongue, we all do, because you have to pick your battles in life. But sometimes you can get all choked up here, like you feel somebody hasn't been very kind to you, or you feel you have suffered an injustice. I used to get choked up here when I suffered an injustice, something that wasn't fair. So let's get rid of that kind of choked up, that kind of place that can get blocked. And then we, with a tight voice, we say something nasty. And we maybe get angry and resentful, as opposed to allowing this to be soft and open and to communicate in an appropriate and kind way what our boundaries are. There you are, that's the word I was really thinking of, boundaries. My boundaries weren't good, so I used to then allow things to happen, and then I would get choked up here when they didn't really serve me. I would get resentful and choked up. So let's get rid of this. So it's he. Now you have to be a bit gentle along the collarbones. So this one is he. So ha, ho, he. Okay, so there's the three sounds. We're also going to do a practice that's around the chakras, which again is looking at these points, yes? Okay, so a few of you have been listening to my work on chakras. So Manipur around the solar plexus, yeah? Then we did the heart, now we're doing the throat, okay? So now we're moving up to the back of the head, the brain stem. This is where our survival mechanism is. I need to survive. It's all about me. As long as I'm all right. I'm all right, Jack. This area, yeah? Which we need. We need to survive. We need to live in life and hold on to life. But we also need to live a life. And there's a difference, isn't there, between surviving and having a life and actually living a life, And I think that's important. So, for the back, it's all me. Yeah, me. You know people who are like this, yes? So the back of the head sound, so you can just put your hands at the base of the skull, fingertips, you're not going to hit yourself over the head or anything. Don't pick that stick up or anything. So back of the head, open your chest, nice soft open chest. Me, 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 me. So you're doing this to release all of that, it's quite nice actually, all of that feeling that only you matter. Only you matter. Like I see all these opinions on Facebook. I tell you what, if I wasn't teaching on Facebook, I would be deleting Facebook from my life. And maybe I need to do that. That might be a next step in my own evolution. Maybe I need to teach on a different forum that is not so susceptible to all of this white noise. A lot of it good, a lot of it good. I'm, teaching yoga. But a lot of it, oh my God, even yoga teachers, I can tell you the things they're saying to each other. I've completely left the groups alone. I don't want to know. So we're moving up now to the forehead. Yeah, we worked on the third eye the other day. Your intuition, your innate intelligence, looking inside. Swadhyaya, yes, self-study, because we can't point the other finger at somebody if we have not looked inside at ourselves. So this one is the, like the old English word for you. So we want to make it a nice sound, and it's the. And we tap on the forehead, and this can also help us to motivate the higher centers. Okay, so we're leaving the bodily realm behind, our earthly realm, our realm that is connected to the form, to the body, to this physical kind of entity that is a physical body, and we are trying to come further up with the energy. So this one is the, okay? So I've got my specs on, but I think I'll keep them on because at least I can see myself and what I'm doing. So this one is the. So again, nice soft fingers, not going to hit yourself too hard. The, and let it go. So just stimulating that center, that I'm not just concerned with me, I'm also concerned with you. Okay? Okay? And then the final one is go. So we work through all of this to get rid of our negativity, our anxiety, our assumed burden. Maybe it's not even a burden, but we assume that it's a burden. It's our responsibility to carry the world on our shoulders, and it's not. Our responsibility to other people in certain incidents, or instances I should say, but responsibility is for ourselves and how we behave in the world. So this one is go, 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 go. Just getting rid of it all. Wow, that feels quite nice. So we're going to go through the different ones. Okay? We're going to go through the different ones. And we're just going to do them about 3 or 4 times each. So it's ha, ho, he, me, the, go. And I hope I remember it. I'm going to write it down here. Because as I say, I've practiced this with Dr. Nanda. And I thought at the time it was great fun. I did think, of course I thought it was slightly nuts. I'm only normal. I thought it was slightly nuts. But the feeling I had afterwards, yes, the feeling I had afterwards was one of freedom and lightness. So, who can then judge it? So, let's try. Let me try with you. So, we're going to do about 3 rounds of each. Okay, so we're standing relaxed, shoulders down. Feet can be quite relaxed. You're not really wanting to be like this, okay? Just nice and relaxed. Okay. So, ha, 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 ho, 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 smile, ho, 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 he, 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 me, 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 go, 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 go. Relax. And close your eyes, stand in Samasthiti. Just notice. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel freer? Is the negativity, the anxiety, the doubt, the feeling on the back foot? Okay, now, don't wait for the white coats to arrive. Take a sip of water. Take a sip of water. We're going to do a pranayama, kneeling down, sitting down. That is going to be in line with the chakras. So I'm going to just make this a bit lower. So hopefully you can. Yeah. So make yourself comfortable. Please do get some water, because all of that kind of shouting and forcing the breath through the sound can make you thirsty. And hopefully you had a laugh. And this is one I might not put on YouTube. Well, I might do it, but I need to get used to it a bit more first, so that I don't have to look down at my notes to make sure I'm doing the right one in the right order. It actually feels, once you've done it a few times, the order seems to be quite natural. And yeah, come down to kneeling down, sitting down, take your breath. Oh, lovely. And actually it's quite a nice clearing out before we sit and do a sort of a more quiet pranayama. I think my neighbours underneath must think, oh my God, she's totally lost the plot, because they sometimes hear me chanting and playing the African drum, and I don't know what they think is going on up here, So we're going to do a pranayama called the Savitri rhythm, which is 6-3-6-3. So we take a breath in for 6 and we hold, but not in a holding way like the grip, the grip, and we go, not this. We just stop the breath. And when you stop the breath or pause the breath, the brain doesn't give you a signal that you're in a state of panic or danger then. Whereas if you tell somebody to hold your breath for a minute or something, it's can be a bit challenging, a bit stressful. So I will say instead of hold, which I tend to say, it's just the way I was trained, it's what I've got used to, I will say pause. And it's literally you just extend, there's a very natural pause at the end of every inhalation and before the exhalation kicks in. It's not continuous, there is a pause. There is a tiny pause at the end of every exhalation. It's a nanosecond, but it is there. So we are trying to extend that pause. That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to extend the no-thingness. Okay? We're trying to extend that moment that's in the present into just the void. Externally it's the void, but when we are extending it after we've inhaled, we are holding the life force in our body and just allowing that to circulate through the system. Okay, it can really also have a physical impact on the lungs. Of course it can, it will strengthen them. But we're not thinking of that as the intention or the aim. That's a byproduct. Okay, so we're breathing in for 6. We're pausing for a count of 3, and I probably count quicker than a 6 second. It's not 6 seconds. You could practice it maybe with what do you call those things we used to play with, with piano? A metronome, I think, isn't it? You can practice with that if you want to make sure you're doing 6, so you don't have to use your head to count. That's fine. So the pause is for 3, the out breath is for 3, and the pause out is for 3. This has a really wonderful impact on the emotions and the nervous system. This is a really nice practice, and when we progress and we maybe do 8-4, and then we do a rhythm of 10-6, all of these different rhythms have a specific benefit attributed to them. Okay? But we're practicing with 6-3. So when we breathe in, we're going to think, and we'll obviously close our eyes, we're going to think of bringing the breath in from the root chakra. Okay? The Muladhara, the red source of our connection to the earth, where we are earthbound. Okay? So it's not the bottom, it's not the least important, but this is where our stability is, yes? This is where our survival is, really, in terms of our bodily form. So we breathe in through that root chakra. We're thinking of the spinal column, the spinal energetic, psychic column, if you want to call it that. Okay? We're breathing in from there, almost like a lift, and it's coming up, and it's going to go past the Swadhisthana. It's going to go past the Manipur, okay? It's going to go past the heart. It's going to go past the throat. And it's going to land here in the Anya chakra, okay? The third eye, the brow center, between the eyebrows, slightly above. This is where you're going to pause the in-breath. Then you're going to breathe out from the third eye all the way down this center column. This is your visualization to the root, the Muladhara, and this is where you're going to pause out. So I'm just going to go through it one more time because I don't want you to get locked into your head too much. Okay, if you've been practicing the chakras with me, they may start to make some sense to you by now. Okay, so we're breathing in from the Muladhara, up past the Swadhisthana in the hips, up past the Manipur here in the solar plexus, up past Anahatasana, up past throat chakra, through to the third eye. You pause there. And you reverse your journey. What it reminds me of a little bit is the lift shaft. That's not a bad visualization for it. That the lift is starting at the root and it's passing the various chakras on its way up. And this is the sixth one. These are what they call the lower chakras. We go into a higher plane when we start with the crown up, but we're just going to the third eye. So hopefully that's clear. Hopefully that's clear. I'd like to do 9 rounds. We'll see how we go. Just remember that the pause is just stopping the breath. It's not gripping or grasping. Don't cling to the breath. You should not keel over and die or do anything serious when you're just breathing in for 6. If you think differently, you lower the count to suit your needs. Okay. So closing your eyes, sitting up nice and tall. Sitting up nice and tall. I'm going to take my specs off now. And just get into my zone. So nice straight back, nice open front. Hands can be in a mudra or just, it can just be gently on your thighs, whatever suits you. Nice soft shoulders, nice long neck, nice soft open chest area. Okay, breathing out together, we can blow. Breathe in from the root, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause between the brows, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause at the root. Breathe in from the root. Pause at the third eye. Breathe out towards the root. the root. Breathe in. Pause, third eye. Breathe out. Don't tense, soften the shoulders. Pause at the root. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause out. Let go of your practice. Open your eyes, take a sip of water if that's what you need to do. Stretch your legs. You can come into a rest posture if you like to. Come forward, release your legs. However you like to release. Now we're doing 3 rounds of 9 because the first round your mind is trying to get to grips with it. And sometimes you hunch your shoulders and sometimes you're forgetting which is up and which is down and which is in and which is out, whatever. And maybe you're not really getting to the practice itself. You know, we're learning and it's a lot to take in. So we're going to do another 9 rounds, so please definitely take a sip of water. Definitely readjust how you are seated. Remind yourself of the chakras. Root chakra, yes? Root chakra, all the way down there. The second chakra is in the pelvis. If you think of it being between the hips. Okay? Manipur is the solar plexus, just above the belly button, about 2 inches. Tracing a line down through your body, on the spinal column. You can think of it as front body or back body, that doesn't make a difference. Some people like to practice with the back body, that helps them. Then the heart, then the throat, then the third eye. Okay, so 5 of the 6 chakras are your floors in your elevator. Okay, so close your eyes, soften your shoulders, lengthen your spine, open your chest. Nice long neck, nice soft face. Breathe out by blowing with me. Breathe in, root. Hold third eye. Breathe out to the root. Pause, root. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause. 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 Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause out. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause out. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause. Release your practice. Just notice what's going on. Release your legs. Wow, my voice sounds totally different. Okay, I can sing now. Bounce out your legs, release everything, maybe come into a rest pose. We will be having relaxation. We're just doing one more round. Now, I really enjoyed the second round a lot more. I know I'm teaching, so I'm thinking of things as well. But that was great. So we're going to go for the third round, at which we will then have done 27 rounds, which is perfect. And the way the numbers in yantra, in yoga work, that 2 and a 7 is a 9, and the 9 is almost a perfect number. So that's why we do things in denominations of 3, 6, 9, a lot in yoga. There's a relevance there, there's a significance there. So take a sip of nice water, and please bring yourself into your final posture for your pranayama. It's a real shame that more people don't practice this with me, because it has such great power and value, but I can only lead a horse to water. I cannot make it drink. So I have to trust and have faith in the practice that people will find it in their time. And sit up nice and tall. Soft front, strong back. Yes, lovely. So let's breathe out by blowing together. Breathe in from the root. Pause. Breathe out. Pause. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause. Relax the shoulders. Breathe in. Pause, breathe out. Pause, breathe in. Pause, breathe out. Last round. Breathe in. Pause. Breathe out. Pause. Please release your practice. If you want to keep your eyes closed, just notice what's going on. Energized, I feel energized, but I feel calm. Very calm and peaceful, ready for my day. Please bring yourself into a recovery position, lying down on your back or your side. I'm going to take just a short relaxation before you can finish the practice and start your next task for today. You can lie down in Shavasana, as I say, or on your side, however you feel is going to be comfortable for you. Okay. Heavy bones on the floor, connected to the earth, connected to this earthly realm. Let the flesh be soft around the bones, no longer to grip, no longer to hold on. The spine be long, crown reaching upwards. Eyes soft. No attention now to the breath in any particular way, but you can just notice how it feels in the body, perhaps, what the sensations are. If there's a feeling of freedom and ease. I'm just going to read a piece of work as you lie there. From one of my favorites, Benedictus by John O'Donoghue. It's quite a long piece, I won't read it all. It's in praise of air. And he does talk about the breath. I'm going to just choose a section. Let us bless the air, benefactor of breath, keeper of the fragile bridge we breathe across. Air, waiting outside the womb to funnel a first breath that lets us begin to be here, each moment drawn from its invisible stock. Air, vast neighborhood of the invisible, where thought lives, entering to arise in us as our own, enabling us to put faces on things that would otherwise stay strange and leave us homeless here. Air, home of memory, where our vanished days secretly gather, receiving every glance, word and act that fall from presence, taking all our unfolding in, so that nothing is lost or forgotten. Air, reservoir of the future, out of which our days flow, ferrying their shadowed nights, the invisible generosity that brings us future friends, and sometimes stones of sorrow on which our minds refine. Air, along whose unseen path presence builds in quiet procession, sometimes in waves of sound, voices that can persuade every door of the heart, often in tides of music that absolve the cut of time. Air, source of the breath that enables flowers to flourish and calls the dark-rooted trees to ascend into blossom. I'm going to leave it there because it's about 3 pages worth. It's very beautiful. I do read the whole thing quite often. It's a lovely book of blessings and poetry. So, let us take in that air. Let's take in a deep breath. An energetic breath that is really going to fill the body with energy in time for movement. Maybe you want to exhale and really extend the breath as far ahead of you as you can. Maybe you want to draw the knees in and rock from side to side, just waking up the body, preparing for some movement. And come to your side. And keep the breath smooth. And come to a seated position, please. We're going to finish with 3 Oms. Hopefully the lungs are feeling that they have the capacity to Om in a loud and proud way. Beautiful sound, beautiful vibration. Has a healing influence on every cell. Bring the hands together. Breathe out together. Breathe in. Breathe in together. Breathing in. Drop the head towards the fingers pointing towards the heavens. Just honor yourself for practicing your pranayama, your power of the breath today with me. Thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.